What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Booba Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So Anthony Joshua is seriously considering taking the Gerald Big Baby Miller fight at Madison Square Garden should the Deontay Wilder fight not come to fruition for Wembley Stadium 2019, April 2019, right? This is a direct contradiction, once again, as we continue to tell you, I continue to tell you. I told you this, if you guys watched my video yesterday, I told you that Anthony Joshua was saying that his first experience at Madison Square Garden, his first fight experience in the States, is very intriguing. It got his adrenaline pumping, and he wants to fight in the States ASAP. Right? He was excited, even though he took a lot of criticism. He was getting a lot of backlash for the Deontay Wilder situation. But even with all of that going on, all of the attention he got traveling through the subways, all of the big lights, the cameras, it's nothing like the States. That's what we continue to try to tell you guys. We understand that the UK supports their fighters. We understand that he did 80,000 seats, 90,000 seats at Wembley Stadium. But when you pack a house with 17,000 people and the streets is buzzing and it's New York City and the nightlife and things of that sort, it's nothing like the States. No disrespect to the UK, because they love the sport of boxing. They support the sport of boxing. But now he needs a big name to help headline a card at Wembley Stadium, especially on DAZN. DAZN don't want to keep putting out all this money for low budget fights. Wembley Stadium don't want to keep packing. They had to give away 10,000 seats for his fight with Alexander Povetkin. Contrary to popular belief and what people believe, they say, oh, Anthony Joshua, he sells out this stadium and he does all these numbers. Contrary to popular belief, he doesn't. He just doesn't, right? You need another name, regardless of who you are. Regardless if you're Floyd Mayweather, Canelo Alvarez. We saw Floyd Mayweather numbers plummet when he fought Andre Berto. We saw Canelo Alvarez numbers plummet when he fought Erislandy Lara. Erislandy Lara, Andre Berto, good fighters, but they're not household names. Anthony Joshua can't continue. He can't continue to fight Alexander Povetkins and Dillian Whites at Wembley Stadium, and the people just not going to continue to buy it. Now he's begging. He needs Deontay Wilder. That's why he's begging and needs Deontay Wilder, because he needs. And Eddie Hearn needs to back up their DAZN, their promises to DAZN, their promises to Wembley. They probably promised Wembley Stadium that they would, bring a big, huge fight there. Dillian White is not it. So now they're considering allowing Amir Khan and Kell Brook have that date, April 13th, 2019 at Wembley Stadium, which would sell out. And then they take a date and fight Gerald Big Baby Miller in Madison Square Garden in New York stateside. Right, which is another contradiction, because they promised Gerald Big Baby Miller they would fight him in Brooklyn. But okay, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't mind fighting at Madison Square Garden because it's the most famous arena in the world. So Gerald Big Baby Miller, if he had to pass up and fight home in Brooklyn, he would fight in Madison Square Garden. I'm pretty sure he'd accept that. Okay, that's cool. Another thing is, Anthony Joshua turned down $50 million, said that he couldn't sell his soul and he couldn't disrespect the UK fans, right? And all the hard work and all the dedication, and they stood behind him, and he must stay loyal. This is why he couldn't take the $50 million to fight Deontay Wilder in the States. Well, now he's going to take enormous less money. He's not going to sell out Madison Square Garden. Gerald Miller and Anthony Joshua is not going to sell out Madison Square Garden. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, right? And so he's going to take significant less money to fight Gerald Big Baby Miller in the States than he could have fought Deontay Wilder. This fight could have already took place for $50 million stateside, right? And he could have earned way more money. Now he's going to take less money to come to the States to fight a lesser opponent. No disrespect to Gerald Big Baby Miller, because that's my dude. Appreciate you, Gerald Big Baby Miller. No disrespect to you. But you're going to fight a guy who's a lesser known opponent, who doesn't have a title, for lesser money, and still come to the States. Direct contradiction. This is what we tell you guys when we tell you he did not want to fight with Deontay Wilder. See, now he's being forced to have to take the fight with Deontay Wilder because the powers that be are not going to continue to back B-level fights. They're just not going to do it. They're not going to continue to pay for lower level fights. You know, DAZN is willing to do it. Wembley's willing to do it to the extent. Eventually, they want you to pack the house. They need you to put the butts in the seats without them having to do all the work, without them having to succumb to giving away tickets and lowering ticket prices and things of that nature. They want to just be able to, you know, let you have this whopping fight in their arena on their app. That's why DAZN pushed Eddie Hearn to say, listen, we don't care what Jamel and Jamal Charlo are asking for. Pay them the money, get them over here. Right? Eddie Hearn tried to say they asked for money we never did before. And DAZN told him, listen, and he admitted this. Get them over here, whatever it takes. And I'm pretty sure Wembley Stadium is like, listen, we're not hosting Dillian White versus Anthony Joshua. So they're putting a lot of pressure. This is why Anthony Joshua came out yesterday stating that he's begging for Deontay Wilder fight. He needs to know ASAP. He told Eddie Hearn because Anthony Joshua really don't want to leave. He really wants to have a Wilder fight at Wembley Stadium. He really wants to fight, period, at Wembley Stadium. That's why he contacted Eddie Hearn and said to Eddie Hearn, listen, see if you can get in contact with Wilder's team. Maybe not Wilder per se exactly, but his team to see what we need to do, because Wembley is not the type of stadium that we could have waste this time. So, listen, there's more to come. Stay tuned. Later on today, I'll have more info for y'all, but sources are telling me that Anthony Joshua is seriously, and Eddie Hearn seriously considering facing Big Baby Miller in the springtime or sooner in the States at Madison Square Garden, and give Amir Khan and Kell Brook their April 13th date at Wembley Stadium 2019. That's all I got for y'all. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hey, like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shouts out to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to New Media. Shouts out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. Anthony Joshua is seriously considering fighting stateside against Gerald Big Baby Miller at Madison Square Garden. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.